Hey guys, it's Savannah. Welcome back to my channel. Today's video is our first Thrift Flip Thursday $10 and below challenge. We have some amazing DIYers that participated in this challenge, but before I talk about that, let's see what I flipped first. Okay, so for our first flip, I'm taking this cutting board. I got this for $1.98. We're just gonna round up to $2. So I spent $2 on this, and I started by removing the jute cord that it's used to hang it up. I just felt like the jute made it look really cheap. You'll see what we do to replace that. But then I did sand this off camera because I just didn't want to get this sand on my mat. And then I started by giving it a good coat of the white Waverly chalk paint. I do end up going over this 2 times just to cover up those flowers and make sure that they did not show through. I guess the person that had this before used a pencil, so you could still see that. And then once that was dry, I normally don't worry about the back, but because this is going to kind of just sit in my kitchen, I did want to make sure that the back was finished. So I did give that a coat of the white Waverly chalk paint as well. Then I'm taking my Dollar Tree chip brush and some antique Waverly wax, and I'm just taking it and going on the edges. I'm going to let you guys watch this so that you can see how I do distress things. Someone asked me, do I let the base coat dry before I start distressing? Yes, I do, but I don't let the distressing dry before I go back over it with the base coat. So this is kind of what I do. I just go over distress and then go back over with that base coat to try to blend it all in. And then I do repeat that same step on the back, like I said, because this is going to be in my kitchen, and I did want the back finished on this for once. Then I'm taking some of this Dollar Tree faux ribbon or faux leather. I finally found some of these, you guys. I just found the lighter kind, but this is my first time using it, and I gotta say, I am obsessed. But I cut off a piece, and then I'm cutting a very thin strip of this. This is going to act as the hanger, but I didn't know how long to go. I kind of just guesstimated, and then once I got that like how I wanted, as thin as I wanted, I'm going to put it through the hole and tie a knot at the top, not at the bottom, at the top, so it creates a hanger. Then I printed this out on my Cricut. I actually got this from Emily Long. She has her own Etsy shop, and she gave me a discount code for you guys, and I'm going to leave that in the description box, a link to her Etsy shop, and then the discount code under there. But she has tons of cute little sayings in there, and so if you don't have a Cricut, that is an option too. But I thought this was so cute. It says, "I will love you until the cows come home." I picked this out, and then I'm like, when do cows come home? Hopefully they never come home. So I think it's so cute. She does have tons of other cute farmhouse and just cute little sayings on there. So go check her Etsy shop out. Again, I'm going to leave the link to that in my description box. So then I just started by putting it on the transfer tape, and I played around with it. I didn't know if I wanted this in the middle, and then I decided to go at the bottom. So I stuck that down, pushed down, and then pulled the transfer tape off. Then I'm just taking that same paintbrush that I used with White Waverly chalk paint and just dry brushing over the letters just to distress them a little bit and not make them so bold. Then I felt like it needed something else. I felt like it was too plain at the top. So I'm taking one of these Dollar Tree hearts. This is the one, it's like red sparkles on the front. I obviously didn't want that, but I wanted one a little bit bigger than the regular wood ones. So I stained the back of this and then distressed it with that White Waverly chalk paint, and then I hot glue that above the wording. And that is it, you guys. I love this. So you have to let me know what you think of this flip, and hopefully the cows never come home. So today's video is the Thrift Flip Thursday $10 and Below Challenge. This is hosted by Shayna from Robinson Repurposing and we are so excited to be doing this. This is going to be a new monthly challenge on the second Thursday of every month. So if you missed it this time, no worries. We will be doing it again on March 11th. Also, in my description box, there's a playlist, and in that playlist, there are a ton of other amazing DIYers that have joined us in this challenge, so be sure to check them out. And also, we are going to be picking a favorite every month, and that person gets to host with us the following month. Let's get back into crafting. So our next flip is like this wall organizer. I saw this and automatically knew what I wanted to do with it. It had like some writing on the front that was engraved, and it was $3.98. So let's round up to $4. So right now we are at $6. So I started by removing the little hooks at the bottom just because I'm not going to use this for like mail and bills and like keys. So I wanted to remove that. And then I started by taking some putty and rubbing it on the front where those engraved words were, because I didn't want those to be there anymore. And then once that putty was dry, I did sand it off camera again because it was like snowing when I sanded that down. So I didn't want that to get messy on my desk, on my like mat. And then once I had that sanded down, I'm going in with some White Waverly chalk paint, and I'm giving this a good coat. So I got to tell you guys, this was kind of hard to get down in the nooks and crannies. So it did take time, but I definitely think it was worth it. So I'm just going to show you bits and parts of the painting process. Then once I had most of it covered, I'm going in with my antique Waverly wax and my chippy brush, and I just start by distressing the front sides of these. Now, when I say I got a good coat, I was really not worried about some of that wood showing through, because we're going to go back and distress it to begin with. So I'm just going in with the antique Waverly wax, and then going back in with my base coat, rubbing it together, blending it in, and then repeating that same step for the one above. And then I forgot this one side, so I'm going back over that with some White Waverly chalk paint and making sure I'm covering that as well. Now, I originally wasn't going to do this. I was just going to do the antique Waverly wax, but I decided to take my chippy brush and some black apple barrel paint and go in on those edges just to give it a little bit more, I don't know, definition and a little bit more, I don't know, distressing character. But I loved it with the black on the edges and a little bit of black in the middle. I felt like it just pulled the whole piece together. And then once I kind of like had everything how I wanted to, I was just going back up and doing some final touches and doing the top as well. And that is it, you guys. I love this. When I saw this, I originally knew what I wanted to do, and for once, well, not for once, but it did come out what I had envisioned, and I love it. I hope you guys are enjoying today's video so far. If you're new to my channel, I am Savannah, and I love doing high-end Dollar Tree DIYs, or honestly anything DIY on a budget. So if that's something you're into, hit that subscribe button, give this video a thumbs up. Also, commenting and sharing my video really does help my channel, and it means the absolute world to me. So for our last flip, I found this box, and I loved the black metal on the sides. I thought that was so cute, and it is a fairly sturdy box, and it was $2.98, so that is, let's say, $3. So we are at $9. So this will be our last flip. And then on today's episode of using whatever you can before actually needing a screwdriver, I am just taking this box cutter and removing these metal pieces because I don't want to get any paint on there. Then I'm taking my white Waverly chalk paint and I'm just giving this box a really good coat. I don't worry about the insides and I don't worry about the bottom. And then when I say good coat, you guys know I don't mind not doing two coats on anything brown because I always end up going back and distressing, and I always like some of that brown coming through. Then once that had dried, I'm going back in with my antique Waverly wax and of course my chippy brush. And you guys, these are from Dollar Tree, and I gotta say I'm really not disappointed. I love the technique they give. I definitely will be buying these again. So anyways, I just go in with the antique Waverly wax and back over with my base coat like normal, and then I repeat that on all four sides. Then I do make sure to distress the top. When I said I didn't worry about the inside, I didn't worry about the inside, but I did do the lip of this little vase. So once I kind of got it all how I wanted to, I started to go back in and put those metal, I don't even know what they would be called, metal corner pieces back on and putting the screws back in. So I left this part in here because I wanted to show you guys. I was originally going to add like these wood beads. They're not really beads because they don't have holes in them, but I was going to leave these on, put these on here as risers, and I decided to take them off because I didn't love it. I even tried painting them black, but I did want to give you guys another idea because again, if you like it, personal preference, I think it doesn't look bad. It just wasn't my style. So I did end up removing them, and this is complete, and I just stuck some greenery in there, and I think this is so pretty. It would be pretty in the center of a table or honestly just anywhere in your house. So I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. Let me know which flip was your favorite, and also if you made it all the way to the end of this video, leave your favorite animal emoji. And as always, thank you guys for watching, and I will see you next time.